Hi everybody, thank you for stopping by my channel. A Square Pillow Isn't Square, the place where you will learn anything and everything you wanted to know about home dec sewing. There are just a few questions you have to know the answers to, and I'm going to help you figure out exactly how many yards of fabric you need to do your project. Let's get to it. All right, so there's two basic pieces of information you need to have in order to calculate your yardage. One is the cut length of the fabric that you're going to need for each of your panels, and then the other is how many panels do you want, or how many widths of fabric do you want. So let's kind of dive into those two things. Let's start with length. In order to determine the finished length of a drapery, you need to think about some design elements ahead of time. What is the style of the header of the top of the drapery that you want to have? And where is your rod, what kind of rod, or where is your rod going to be mounted on the wall? So for instance, here I have a photo of a grommet top panel. You can see where I've chosen to install my rod, but the nature of a grommet panel is the drapery itself, the fabric itself, is higher than the rod. That's something you're going to have to consider. If you do a rod with rings like this one, I determined where I wanted my rod to be on the wall, but the fabric itself, the drapery, is actually below the rod. And if you're making something funky, like what you see here, or you're making a tab top panel, or just a slip on the rod type panel, the rod is going to go through those treatments somehow. So the first thing you need to understand is what kind of rod you're using, where it's installing, and what style of treatment you're doing. Once you're clear on the design elements of your window treatment, the next thing we need to do is determine the finished length of each panel or each cut of fabric. We start with the finished length, and then we are going to add on to that to get what we need for hems and so forth. So let's talk about that for a second. So for full-length drapery panels, my favorite is to have them hang about 1/2 of an inch from the floor. This makes sure that they don't get dusty or dirty from touching the floor. Gravity can do its job and help them hang nicely without contacting the floor. But they look full length. They don't look skimpy or short. Again, here's my weird, funky, I don't even know what this is, little treatment in a dining room window. And I just kind of wanted it longer than floor length. So this one kind of has a nice, it's called a break. It has a nice break onto the floor. Again, if you like that look, which is really actually kind of nice in more formal spaces, you're going to have to think about that ahead of time because you will need to add on extra inches in order to get that look. So these are the things you think about. There's no right or wrong, but just make sure you consider all those things and then determine what you want your finished drapery length to be. Write that number down. All right, let's do some math. We are going to figure out what the cut length of each of our drapery panels or widths of fabric should be. All right, I'm going to use a hypothetical example here, but whatever your numbers are, you're going to fill them in following this worksheet. Start with your finished length of your drapery panel, whatever you have determined you want that to be. In my case, I am going to use 86 inches. On full-length drapery panels like this, you're going to want to make a double 4-inch bottom hem, so add 8 inches for that. For your top hem, this is going to range quite a bit depending on the style of your header or the top of your drapery. It can be as little as 2.5 inches if you're just doing a little tiny rod pocket on a small cafe rod. But if you're doing any kind of a pinch pleat, you're going to need 8 inches. And for most types of grommet top panels, you're also going to need 8 inches. Both styles use a double 4-inch top hem. This is going to vary, as I said, depending on exactly what type you're making, but this is the general range. And if you estimate 8 inches, you're going to be covered no matter what. Okay, let's move on. So in my case, 86-inch finish length, 8 and 8, so 16 more inches for my hems. My total cut length for each panel or each width of fabric is 102 inches. If you have no pattern on your fabric, you need 102 inches. Done. Now, if you have a fabric that has a pattern printed or woven on it, and there is it's called a vertical repeat, the pattern that repeats vertically up the roll of fabric, you have got to take that into consideration if you want your draperies panels to match each other. So here's how we do that. First thing you need to do is determine what your vertical repeat is, how many inches it is from where one point on your fabric starts and where it repeats again up the roll. That's called the vertical repeat. A very common vertical repeat is 27 inches for larger patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and just use that as my example. Let's just start with our number we just calculated, 102 inches. Let's see if that's going to work with our pattern. Start with that number, 102 inches, and as it shows here, you are going to divide your vertical repeat into that length. So mine is 27 inches, my vertical repeat, and when I divide that into 102, I get 3.777. That means I get 3 full vertical repeats, and we want to round up to the next whole number. 3.77 rounds up to 4. I want to multiply my vertical repeat times 4. 27 inches times 4 is 108 inches. So in order to make sure that my drapery panels match each other, I need 108 inches, not 102 inches. So that's why it's important to make sure you think about that now instead of once you've bought this fabric and you've started cutting into it and you realize you messed it up. So that is how we work with vertical repeat in draperies. One more note, the drapery panels will match each other using this method, but you don't necessarily get to control what shows exactly at the top. If you are really particular about wanting to make sure a very specific part of the pattern shows at the top of the drapery or the bottom, depending on where it's more of a focal point, you are going to have to add an additional vertical repeat for each cut of fabric. This is a little bit more advanced stuff, but if you're really just trying to understand how this whole works, or you're starting to sew for clients and you have to think about these things, now's the time to learn about it. Right when I thought I was done with the math, I just remembered tab top panels are a little bit unique in the way that you figure the yardage for those. So take the finished length that we determined you'll need for your drapery. You're going to add about 8 inches for your bottom hem. You're going to add about 5 inches for the top seam allowance and the top facing that encloses the tabs when you sew them in. And you'll need probably 8 to 10 inches of fabric to make the tabs, and that range just depends on how thick, how big your rod is. Okay, that was really the hard part. Now you just have to figure out how many of these cut lengths you need and add them up. So, general rule of thumb is single windows or smaller double windows usually will look just fine with a single width panel on each side. Anything bigger than that, you might want to consider either multiple single width panels like you see here, or a width and a half, or 2 widths of fabric in each panel. And let me explain to you the difference. All right, you've seen a bunch of these pictures, but here is kind of what a single width of fabric would look like in a panel. If you feel like that's too skimpy looking, here is a pair of draperies that are a width and a half each. That means that I took 3 cuts of fabric, 3 lengths of fabric. One of them was split down the middle vertically, and I sewed one of the split widths to the right side of a full panel and the other split width to the left side of a full panel. This is also where pattern matching is really important, because when you sew those pieces together, you want to make sure your patterns line up and your patterns match on the seam, or the seams will be really noticeable and you'll really notice that pattern shift on your drapery. If you want even more fullness, you want it to look really thick and luxurious, or create the illusion that you can cover the window with those draperies, or you actually want to cover the windows with those draperies, you can sew multiple widths together. And here I have 2 widths on this panel. So all you have to really do is figure out how many widths or cuts of fabric you want to get the look you want, and multiply that by what you determine your cut length to be, and that is your yardage. It's always a good idea just to round up a little bit also, because sometimes at the fabric store the fabric will not be cut straight, and by the time you square it off or make the correction, if you've been really precise and like just gotten what you need to the exact inch, you may find yourself a little bit short. Well, I hope that cleared it up for you and made it simple for you to understand how many yards of fabric you need to buy for your drapery treatment. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit that subscribe button, mainly because that will just alert you when I post a new video that you might find helpful. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.